Hey,
Max.
Jamie, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for making the time. I know you're really busy, so I wanted to make sure that we make the most out of the time you have allotted.
Okay.
Now, before we get started, what I wanted to do is just really summarize and make sure I have a good understanding of your business, as well as go through the key areas of concern that you had mentioned throughout our previous meetings.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you guys have been in business for 12 years.
Yeah.
You guys are a full-service print shop with 6 employees. All right? Over the past couple of years, though, you've really developed a reputation for producing high-quality mail marketing pieces. Now, with that are some challenges, right? You have clients who are very demanding. They want consistent color, and registration becomes an issue, right? So your guys are spending a lot of time not only with the setup of the document, but also in adjustment, right? Adjusting front, back registration, making sure that the color from one week to the other is consistent.
Correct.
Is there anything else that you want us to address before we start?
No, I think you got it all. Just the registration and the color consistencies are, and the time it's taken to readjust the color back in, is just very time consuming.
Okay,
Very
all right.
much.
So let's go through this and I'll show you exactly how Konica Minolta can help alleviate a lot of the issues that you guys are facing.
Nice.
All right, so what you see in front of you is the Konica Minolta Curio Press C60-100.
Okay.
It prints out at 100 pages per minute, black and white and color.
I see.
This machine is able to grow as you grow, right? Like I said before, it will not slow down based on the type of media you're printing. So it can print out from 52 GSM, which is really light media, to up to 400 GSM. Really thick media for your business, for your postcards. So what you see is most presses out there can go up to 350 GSM. This machine, like I said, can go up to 400 GSM. Why that's important is because you can now charge the type of media that you would normally see coming out from an offset press in a digital press with minimal setup costs. So you can charge a premium for the postcards that you guys are printing, but without the high cost of printing it through the offset press. All right, I'm just going to do a quick overview of the machine, and then we can go on to actually printing on the documents. Okay. So what you see here is the PF707M. This is our paper feed unit. One thing great about this is it can hold up to 4,630 sheets between the 3 drawers. But not only that, you're able to see, if you look into the drawers, it's all metal, right? Paper is heavy. And when you are filling it up because you have long runs, you don't want whatever is holding that to work. What you see right now is fast plastic. This isn't that. This is hard steel, right? So you won't have any issues. What you can also see is that it is being air-fed with air assist. There aren't any rollers here. So when you're printing for postcards that 400 GSM, you're not going to see any roller marks. So how the machine works is the paper is brought up through the elevator. There are air assists here to separate the pieces of paper, and then it's suction fed down into the machine. It's a very short paper pad, so it goes from this machine all the way to the engine. Once it hits the engine, the transfer rail, it automatically deskews in order for it to print the image. Now, we talked about the engine a bit, right? So you can print up to 1.8 million impressions a month. So if you guys grow, this machine will grow with you. What you have here is the RU unit, it's our relay unit. It houses the color density controls, and it also decurls the paper, right? So once it comes out of the fusing unit, sometimes it comes out curled. With this unit here, it decurls it for you. Over here is the IQ501. This is really the game changer, not only with Konica Minolta, but with our industry in itself. All right, the IQ501 is the Intelligent Quality Optimizer. Now you have in here scanner 1, scanner 2, and an inline spectrophotometer. So this is an inline closed loop auto calibration, auto registration system here. Now, what it is once the image is printed out, it will be printing out color bars. You get RGB, CMYK, as well as grayscale. So it's looking at all those color profiles and making sure that you guys get consistent color. It can also print out registration marks on the page so that you can make sure that front and back registration is on point.
Okay.
Once it goes through the IQ, it comes through here. This is our professional saddle stitch booklet maker. Now this can print up to 200 pages saddle stitch. It can saddle stitch that, or it can bifold and trifold as well. If you're not doing any of the folded marketing pieces, it'll go out here. So for your postcard, it'll come out through here. This is the FS 532 finisher, where you can either staple or it'll come out flat, so you can take it to bindery.
I see.
All right.
Nice.
So enough about the engine and how it's configured. Let's go actually print out some documents, and I'll show you how easy it is to correct.
Okay.
Okay. So over here we have 2 sample documents for you. We have a postcard and a newsletter. So to print out a newsletter, what I've done is, you know what, you guys are growing rapidly. You have 6 employees. The last thing you want to do is spend a lot of time retraining new employees, right? So what we can create in here is presets. So if you right-click on the newsletter,
Right here.
yep, right-click onto the Properties tab,
Properties, right here.
yep, it'll bring up a screen. Now, you can go through each one and manually select what you want, or you can simply select the upper right corner, do the drop down. There is a preset called newsletter. Select that preset. Newsletter right there at the bottom.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Okay.
Hit print. And now you're good to go. There is nothing else that you need to do.
I see.
Yeah. And this
Oh, that saves time already.
It does. Normally it takes a really long time for us to set up, selecting, okay, let's go to the media type, let's go select the layout. With this, the presets, you don't ever have to worry about
So
it.
anybody in the shop can actually walk in
Exactly.
and select the newsletter, and
Exactly.
it does. Okay, perfect.
It does exactly what you want it to do. Now the system is warming up right now. It was idle, but it doesn't take as long to warm up as your previous machine, so you don't ever have to worry about constantly having to.
That's actually quite fast.
Yeah. And one thing great is that you came in, you have no idea what kind of settings that you need to do in order to produce a newsletter. All you did was select 2 buttons and you were done. Right? And that's what we want to do. We want to fully automate the system. Alright, so it's going to come out of the saddle stitch unit just because it's doing the folding for you. So here's the sample booklet, and then all you have to do is, bring it to the finisher, and cut it so that it's complete, and then tap it.
I see.
Alright, now what I want you to do is just look at the image and make sure that front-back registration is on point.
Okay. Alright, it's a little off over here.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to correct front-back registration.
Okay.
Now, what you want to do is come to the control panel, select both sides, go to auto measure.
Auto measure. I see.
Okay. Now in auto measure, as you can see, all the areas here is listed as 0. They're all zeroed out, right?
Yeah.
But as we know, it's a little off. So the only thing you need to do, because it's slightly off, is hit print mode. It's going to bring up this it's going to bring up this screen here. It's going to look for what kind of paper type is in there. Just hit start when it hits blue. And what it's going to do is it's turning on the IQ, the Intelligent Quality Optimizer. And what it's doing is it's going to print out registration marks for it to read. So the first sample is just reading it.
Okay.
Okay? And it's going to come out of the flat, out of the FS500. Alright, now I don't want you to be alarmed, okay? This is the sample that it was measuring.
Right, this
So-
is just like a snapshot. How is it doing it now?
Exactly.
I see,
So
I
what the
see.
machine is doing is it prints out those bars and then it
Okay.
reads it as it goes through the IQ. Now if you come back to the auto measure, it's not zeroed out. you have values put there. So if we reprint the document, it automatically makes those adjustments. Now,
Nice.
previous to this, you were going here, front, back, and then you're manually doing it. I mean, this would take how many sheets of paper, how much time, and you're gonna have to do it for exactly for each job. With the IQ, it took what, 10 seconds to do that?
That's cool.
All right. Now we can also create postcards. So the next
Okay.
step is doing postcards.
Okay, so where do I go from here?
All right. You right click on the document, hit impose because it's a postcard that we would need to create multiple sets of. So if
Okay.
you select impose, there's another preset we save. So if you go down to the template on the drop down menu, scroll down, and then you'll see a template that's set, our preset that says postcard.
Okay.
Just hit that, it automatically imposes it for
Yeah.
you. Close out of that. Just hit the X button
Okay.
and then it'll ask you if you want to save it. Just hit save. Yes.
Yes.
And then it's flattening the image and now you have an imposed document of that original document.
I see.
So you want to right click on the imposed document, hit properties, and now we also created a preset when you're printing. So first is imposition
I
preset,
see.
next is the printing preset, and then there should be one that says postcard. You select that, hit print, and you are all set. Again, we can create hot folders, so if you don't want to do presets, you just drag and drop into the hot folder and you would be
Okay.
good.
I see.
Yeah. Any questions with that process so far?
No, this is great.
Okay.
Now I understand how the IQ works. It automatically adjusts. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
One thing great too is that if you have issues with color quality, we can get the adjustment right through here. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. These are the postcards that we just printed out. And again, if the registration is off, we just go back into both sides adjustment and hit that print so that it can adjust for that paper type as well.
Yeah, this is great. It's nice.
All right, now if we wanted to correct color, what we want to do is, now this happens in the initial setup or when we do a preventative maintenance, but if you're finding that, you know, you're constantly running through some issues, we can do a full calibration for you. Very easy. Normally right now it takes you guys about 45 minutes. This will cut it down to maybe 10 minutes, 16 sheets, very quick. So all you have to do is hit the adjustment,
Okay.
quality adjustment, package color auto adjustment, and then this will correct the colors for you and it tells you the standard time it takes in order to correct that. So you have that gamma adjustment, the color density adjustment, color calibration. So instead of your guys going in with a spectrophotometer doing the lines, you don't have to do it anymore. There's an inline spectrophotometer reading it for you. And then when you're done with this, all you have to do is press start. Okay, but we're not going to do that right now because it's going to take 10 minutes. But again, if you have any issues with color, we can always adjust. We just have to press start and we're all set to
I
go.
see.
Now, do you see how the Konica Minolta system can work and help improve your business?
Yes, I'm actually pretty impressed.
All right, great. Let's do business.
All right, thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you, Jamie.
All right.